I'm a guinea pig!
Hi, I'm Eileen and welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to be boiling some eggs, or deviled eggs. And if you know how to boil eggs and want to just skip through to my deviled egg recipe, that's entirely up to you. If you don't know how to boil eggs and would like to learn, I'll show you how I boil my eggs. Now right here in my stirrer I have 2 quarts of water. I may add more. I'm going to be boiling a dozen eggs, because I'm working on Thanksgiving dinner, and 6 of these are going to be for deviled eggs. The other 6 are going to be for giblet gravy and dressing. Now I've got my eggs in there, and looks like it should be okay with water. I'll add a little bit of salt to this when I put it on the stove, and then I'll bring them to a boil. Now a lot of people will boil their water first and then add their eggs and let it sit. I put my eggs in cold water and then bring it to a boil. Let it boil for 10 minutes and then I peel it. So I'm going to put this on the stove and cut them on, and once they get through boiling, I'll show you how I peel my eggs, and then we'll go into my deviled egg recipe. So, be back in a minute or two. Hi, I'm back, and I have my eggs boiled. They actually boiled for about 12 minutes instead of 10. But now I'm going to show you how I peel my eggs. I use a jar. It can be a mason jar, it can be a pint jar, a quart jar, it can be a pickle jar if you want to use a pickle jar. I use an old salsa jar. Put a little bit of water in it. You don't have to have a great lot. Take your egg, put it in there, and you give it a little bit of tornado action. Okay. Sometimes these will peel good and sometimes they won't. And the time I want it to peel good, it probably won't. Okay, let me put just a little of this water down here and moisten it up. Peeling eggs is one of the hardest things I've ever seen to do. Rarely ever do I get a perfect egg. But that's okay, they eat the same. When you're boiling them like this and you want to make deviled eggs or use some of them for other things, save those perfect ones for your deviled eggs and those that mess up a little bit for your other things. One of the eggs down. Put a little bit more water in that. We'll do another one. And again, just slosh it around, kind of give a little bit of tornado action. Make sure that shell is broken really good. And put too much water in it, it won't do it too well, but we'll see. A lot of times, if you do it just right, that shell will just slide right off, which is what you're hoping for. And that's what happened there. It slid right off. I've got it right there in my trusty little egg carrier. Okay, I'm going to peel the rest of these over here at the sink, and we'll be back when we're making deviled eggs. Okay, I'm back with the boiled eggs. This is what it looks like here. I got them all boiled, peeled, and put in a container. Now, this is the next day. I will admit, after I got through peeling them, I forgot to show you what they look like. And I went ahead and put them in the refrigerator so I could use them today. I'm going to take 6 of these to make deviled eggs with. The other 6 I'm going to divide between dressing and my giblet gravy. So, what I'm going to do, and of course I'm going to pick the 6 prettiest ones to cut for my deviled eggs. Got a little bowl here. And just cut them in half. And if you're wondering about my little egg container thing here, this was a wedding gift from my sister-in-law and brother. About 6.5 years ago when I got married. It's a nice little thing. I've used it a lot. And you can use it for more than just eggs. You can take the little inserts out. You can cut up vegetables and put in there, or pretty much whatever you want. Get these eggs cut. I don't know about any of y'all, but I love deviled eggs. Yeah, I know. There I go with that word love again when it comes to food. Can't help it. I just like to eat. And if it's good food, I really like to eat. But sometimes those yolks don't come out of them eggs too easy. Gotta make them come out. Okay, last one. Okay. Now I'm going to put the lid back on these. And have the guinea pig put them back in the refrigerator for them. Okay, now what I use in my deviled eggs, and what I use may be different than what everybody else uses. But my deviled eggs, you know, I always have a little twist with them because of the way I make them. And that's what this is all about for the Thanksgiving dinner. It's Thanksgiving on a budget for 2 to 6 people with a twist. I need my mayonnaise. I'm sorry, I should have got that out of the refrigerator. Now I use mayonnaise. You can use Miracle Whip, you can use salad dressing, use whatever you want in that regard. But like I said, I use mayonnaise. I use a little bit of yellow mustard. Whatever brands you want to use, that's up to you. I do not put salt, or regular salt, in my deviled eggs. I use celery salt. And I use black pepper. And my twist is rice vinegar. I use about a teaspoon of rice vinegar in my deviled egg mixture. And it makes them so good. Now when it comes to the deviled eggs, I'll take a fork and I'll mash those yolks up. If you don't want to use a fork, you can use a food processor. You can use a blender. You can use a hand mixer, stand mixer. You can use whatever you want. Mix it. And I have guinea pigs tell me you can use a tater masher too. Yeah. And it's whatever you want to use. Oh, the immersion blender. Yeah, you can use the immersion blender. But I've been making deviled eggs. Started making deviled eggs with my mama when I was probably 8 or 9 years old. And she would let me mash up the yolks. And this is what she gave me, was a fork. So I've been doing that for well over 40 years now with a fork. And it's done me good so far. Okay, now you can see I've got them broken up really well. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit of pepper in there. And if you wonder what I'm doing, I'm opening this thing because I have a hard time opening stuff. Well, if I get that in there. There we go. Maybe about 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And I'm just going to stick this right here in here. Just a little bit of celery salt, maybe 1/4 of a teaspoon, if that much. Let's say possibly a scant 1/4 of a teaspoon. And on the mustard, a good teaspoon, teaspoon and a half. Okay, let me grab the paper towel real quick. Well, if y'all heard that, that was the guinea pig sneezing. I bet that pepper got to it. Now I'm going to add
Pepper, celery salt.
I'm going to add good 2.
I can take a sneeze from that and tears from cutting up that onion.
Yeah. Cutting up onions. That's rough. I've got my mayonnaise in there, and I'll probably put maybe a good 2 tablespoons in there. And as you see, it's blended up really well.
It's gonna be good.
And the only thing I like is my rice vinegar. And I'll put, like I said, a good teaspoon of that in there. Maybe a little more. What I'm going to do, stir that up. I'm going to taste this, but I'm not going to reuse this fork. Oh yeah, that's exactly what you want right there. So I've got a little spoon here. Cover this stuff up and get it out of my way. Now comes the fun part. Putting these little things right here together. Okay. Now, as far as putting the egg yolks back in the eggs, you can use a piping bag. You can put your egg yolks in a plastic bag and cut the corner off and make you a little handheld disposable piping bag. Or you can do like I do. You can just dollop them egg yolks in there out of a spoon. And since I'm not doing this for a fancy dinner, I'm doing this for me and the happy guinea pig, I'm using my spoon.
I ain't scared of her kitties.
About got these done. Okay, I still have right at 3 to go. I don't know if y'all like deviled eggs. If you don't, well, maybe you try and see if you like them. If you do like deviled eggs, might give this recipe a try. Now, if you like spicy food, you can add hot sauce or sriracha sauce to this, maybe half a teaspoon. Just give it a little bit of a kick. And I'll tell you, that's really good. Okay, I've got these done. As you see. And that's what they look like right there. I want to thank you very much for watching my video. If you would, please subscribe, like, or give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give me a thumbs down. Leave a comment or question, I'll answer. Share the video if you liked it. And if you don't mind, if you do subscribe, click that little bell icon and click all, and you'll be notified whenever I put up a new video. Thank y'all again for watching. Have a great day. Bye, y'all. Bye, y'all.
Where's my boy?